You don't just read a great book, you hear it. But how does a writer turn text on a page into a soundscape that actually rings in your ears?
Almost every writer forgets or doesn't know how to use it. Sound. Reading is a quiet act, but the best books are loud. Think of your favorite scene. Was it truly silent? Probably not. A writer uses the noise of a setting to ground us. Whether it's the low hum of a city or the snap of a pencil in someone's hands, sound is your secret tool for building dread, peace, or pace. It tells us exactly where we are and how we should feel before the action even starts. Let's see how well-known authors in different genres of literature use sound. Our first master of sound is Shirley Jackson. In her 1959 masterpiece, The Haunting of Hill House, she proves that you don't need a monster on screen to terrify a reader. You just need the right noise. Jackson understood that sound is about vibration and space. When her characters are trapped in a room, the house itself begins to speak. It's not just a knock at the door, it's a sound so heavy it feels like it's displacing the oxygen in the room. She wrote, "The banging was much louder. It was a rhythmic booming, a hollow echoing sound." She isn't just describing a noise, she's describing the size of the threat. She makes the reader feel the wood of the door shaking before the character even has time to scream. Our next master is Harper Lee. In her 1960 classic, To Kill a Mockingbird, sound isn't a monster, it's a warning. During the famous climax in the woods, the characters are effectively blind. Lee forces the reader to see through their ears. She wrote, "Our company marched with us, soft scuffing of tight shoes on the leaves. I felt the ground shake under my feet and I heard a sharp snap." Notice how Lee starts with the soft scuffing. It's a rhythmic, comforting sound that matches the children's pace. But then she shifts the sensory experience. She doesn't just say a twig broke, she says she felt the ground shake. By combining the feeling of a vibration with the sharp snap of a branch, Lee tells the reader that whatever is out there is heavy, close, and dangerous. She uses a high-pitched sound, the snap, against a low-frequency feeling, the shake, to create instant panic. It's a masterclass in using sound to measure the distance between a character and a threat. Our next master is J.R.R. Tolkien. In The Fellowship of the Ring, he doesn't just describe a noise, he uses sound to construct a nightmare. When the Fellowship is trapped in the deep dark of Moria, Tolkien uses a simple, relentless rhythm to build impossible suspense. He wrote, "Doom, doom," it went, and then after a pause it went again. "Doom, doom," and the ground trembled. Notice how he doesn't use standard words like boom or thump. He uses doom. That one word carries both the heavy percussive sound of a massive hammer and the psychological weight of an inevitable, terrifying fate. And then, he connects it to the ground trembled. Tolkien uses low-frequency vibration to make the entire mountain feel alive and hostile. It's not a sound your characters hear, it's a sound they feel in their bones. It tells the reader that escape isn't just difficult, it is, quite literally, doomed. Our next master is John Wyndham. In his 1951 sci-fi classic, The Day of the Triffids, he introduces us to a sound that shouldn't exist in nature. Because his monsters are plants, they don't growl or roar, they clatter. He wrote, "The sticks began a rapid tapping against the main stems, a queer clattering sound that seemed to pass from one to another." Wyndham uses clattering to strip away any sense of human or animal empathy. It's the sound of dry wood on wood, hollow, frantic, and busy. By describing the sound passing from one to another, he tells the reader that these plants are talking. It's the sound of a coordinated strike. It's not a noise of anger, it's the sound of a machine-like process. It turns a garden into a battlefield before a single leaf even moves. This is the sound of luck running out. Cormac McCarthy, in his 2005 neo-Western No Country for Old Men, sound isn't atmospheric, It's functional. McCarthy doesn't use sound to scare you. He uses it to tell you that a choice has been made and it's too late to change it. He wrote, "He heard the metallic crack of the bolt. It was a sound that seemed to have no origin in the world of the living." Notice the word metallic. It's cold, hard, and unyielding. By saying the sound has no origin in the world of the living, McCarthy elevates a simple mechanical noise into something spiritual or demonic. He uses the clack to bridge the gap between a character's life and their end. It's a sound that marks the exact moment where luck runs out. There is no music here, no shouting, just the sound of a machine doing exactly what it was built to do. In her 2009 historical masterpiece, Wolf Hall, Hilary Mantel uses sound as a social weapon. In a world of spies and kings, silence is impossible. Mantel uses the textures of the court to tell you exactly who is coming and how much they know. She wrote, "He hears the rustle of silk, the scuff of indoor shoes, the low, urgent murmur of men who think they are alone." Notice how Mantel layers these sounds. The rustle of silk tells your ears that wealth is approaching. It's a soft sound, but in a stone corridor it carries. By focusing on the scuff of indoor shoes, she tells the reader how close the danger is. It's within the inner sanctum. These aren't just noises, they are clues. Mantel uses sound to build a soundscape of surveillance, where every whisper and every footfall is a piece of information that could mean life or death. Our next master is Ernest Hemingway. In his 1952 classic, The Old Man and the Sea, sound is the language of the struggle. When you are alone on the ocean, every vibration in the wood of the boat and every hum of the line tells you exactly how much life is left in your prey. He wrote, "He heard the whir of the line, then a heavy splash, and the slap of the great tail against the water." Notice the sequence. First, the whir, the sound of pure speed and friction as the line screams out. Then, the heavy splash, as the massive weight of the marlin finally breaks the surface. And finally, the slap. That sharp, stinging sound tells us the water is as hard as concrete when hit with that much power. Hemingway uses these three distinct sounds to build a ladder of intensity, letting the reader hear the size of the fish before they ever see it. In his 1967 masterpiece, 100 Years of Solitude, Gabriel Garcia Marquez shows us that sound can redefine reality. To a village that has never seen it, ice isn't just a cold substance, it's a sensory event. He wrote, "He felt the clatter of the ice and the tinkle of the glass beads." Notice the word clatter. It's a hard, percussive sound. By using it to describe ice, Marquez makes it feel like a box of diamonds or stones, something solid and impossible. Then he softens it with the tinkle of beads. He is layering high-pitched, delicate sounds to create a sense of fragile magic. Marquez uses these shimmering sounds to tell the reader that we aren't just looking at an object. We are witnessing a discovery that will change the world forever. In George Orwell's 1949 masterpiece, 1984, sound is a weapon of the state. In London, Victory Mansions, and the Ministry of Truth, there is no such thing as a natural soundscape. Every noise is designed to remind you that you are being watched. He wrote, "The grating voice of the telescreen and the heavy tramp of boots in the street below." Notice the word grating. It's a sound that irritates the nerves. It's a physical discomfort. Orwell uses it to show that the state's propaganda isn't just heard, it's endured. Then he adds the heavy tramp of boots. Not a walk or a march, but a tramp, a word that implies weight, repetition, and the crushing of anything underneath it. Orwell uses these mechanical, relentless sounds to build a world where the individual is drowned out by the noise of the machine. Virginia Woolf, in her 1925 masterpiece, Mrs. Dalloway, made sound the glue that holds a fractured world together. As Clarissa Dalloway walks through London, the city speaks to her through the heavy tolling of Big Ben. It's a sound that doesn't just pass, it settles. She wrote, "The leaden circles dissolved in the air. Out it boomed. First a warning, musical, then the hour, irrevocable." Notice the phrase leaden circles. Woolf gives sound a physical weight and a shape. Leaden implies something heavy, gray, and permanent. By saying they dissolved, she shows how the past and the present blur together in the reader's mind. She uses the word irrevocable to tell us that every chime is a reminder of mortality. Woolf isn't just describing a clock, she's describing the relentless heavy march of time itself, turning a city noise into a deeply personal reflection. In his 1843 classic, The Telltale Heart, Edgar Allan Poe uses sound to turn the human body against itself. Poe understands that a repetitive sound can become a torture device if it never stops. He wrote, "A low, dull, quick sound, much such a sound as a watch makes when enveloped in cotton. It increased, with a hellish tattoo." Notice the precision. Poe doesn't just say a heartbeat, he calls it a low, dull, quick sound. By comparing it to a watch wrapped in cotton, he tells our ears exactly how muffled and claustrophobic it feels. Then, he transforms it into a hellish tattoo. That word, tattoo, refers to a rhythmic drumming or a military signal. He uses this relentless, percussive noise to drive the reader toward the same breaking point as the narrator. It's the sound of a conscience that refuses to be silent. Our final author is Dashiell Hammett. In his 1930 noir classic, The Maltese Falcon, sound is used to snap the reader to attention. Hammett doesn't waste time with moody descriptions. He uses sharp, percussive noises to tell you exactly where the tension is hidden. He wrote, "The jingle of coins and the harsh scrape of a match against the stone." Notice the word harsh. Hammett doesn't just say he lit a match. He gives the sound a texture. That scrape is a small, violent act that breaks the silence of a dark room. Then he adds the jingle of coins, a metallic, restless sound that reminds us that in this world, everything has a price. Hammett uses these small, isolated noises to ground the reader in the physical reality of the scene. It's the sound of a world that is hard, cold, and always moving.
So next time you sit down to write, don't just ask what your characters see. Ask what they hear. Break the silence.